This is a 800 horsepower grassroots drift car, if you could call it that. So the reason why I'm here today is because we're actually filming the first video for how much is your drift car for 2024, and we're using his new grassroots car, right, as the first video. Really, it's a party car because, you know, what kind of grassroots car is 800 horsepower? We also had delicious Taco Bell for dinner. I wanted to kind of document, right, my experiences, and one of those times is me visiting my friends' drift cars. So also we have RJ's car, which is currently being used as a table. So if you guys come over here, this car is a 240SX, and if you guys remember, you know, we actually brought this over when I picked up my pink car, and this one, he's got a lot more done to it now than before, and I think he was telling me he just needed like a fuel system and a wiring harness, and this thing should just really fire up. So, and then obviously, you know, it needs a new windshield. He put in the roll cage that was a, you know, ornament in his lawn. It actually looks really nice. Like, he cleaned it up, they put a nice paint on it. He completely destroyed the interior right here. You guys can see it. Yeah, see, he completely cut that off. Right now, Ross is still working at the moment, but you could look at how much, so they're actually clearing up the dash. You can see all the, you could actually see all the stuff here. Oh my God, this whole thing was open this whole entire time. All right, we're gonna have to restart all that. Sorry, we're gonna have to. So I finally got Ross finishing up for today. So he's actually gonna tell us what's been kind of going on in the background of his car. So Ross, go.
Hi, this is my 2015 Ford Mustang GT base model because I'm poor.
It says 800 horsepower. Oh, by the way, 800 horsepower grassroots car.
It's a stock motor. It's just got a crank sprocket and oil pump gears.
So I think it's so funny, guys, that it literally around the same time as we're filming the TikTok for this car, right? The how much is your drift car? It's literally like night or day with the pink 240, like the same vibe. Literally
same place.
Yeah, same place.
About the same time of the year.
Pink 240 was over there. Your Mustang's over here.
It was right there.
So why Mustang though? I feel like a lot of people want to know, like, why the Mustang?
I've always wanted one since Chelsea DeNofa won FD St. Louis in 2019 when I was there. Always wanted one, big fangirl. I've always wanted one, and I've never really been able to figure out when a good time to buy one is because I'm not made of money. We finally decided to part out the pink car and just get one of these because we were doing the math and it kind of added up to being like perfectly equal. Like, I wasn't going to be out of pocket any to do this, so I figured why not just take the change because I'm taking off competition driving next year and just getting acquainted to the car and dialing it in for the following season, so it shouldn't be an issue.
The craziest thing about that story is that literally before he parted out the pink car, I was having a conversation with him. He's like, yeah, man, the pink car's perfect. It runs great. Then the whole entire time, I did not know he was parting out the car. I've like told this story like so many times now because I couldn't believe it still.
Enter a clip of my qualifying run at the E-Town Gambler, or not the E-Town Gambler, at Englishtown Raceway in New Jersey. Perfect. 96-point qualifier. Never felt better.
Like, the car was set
dialed.
up. We made videos progressing that, and then out of nowhere, he bought the Mustang. Or he didn't buy it, but he was telling people he's gonna get a new car now. And like that, as you guys know, that's like, you know, it's all history now. I got the pink car.
Yeah, I literally sold you the pink car, and that weekend I went and bought this car.
How long you own this?
I think I've had this car for maybe like a month and a half. I've only drove it once.
Month and a half, drove it once. He added the Whipple, added the cage, right? He's doing all the small adjustments now. He's just been buying parts for this thing.
Yeah,
right?
I got a stack of parts for this thing.
Well, why 800 though? Like, why the 800 horsepower? Why didn't you leave it NA? What was the reason for the Whipple?
I had a almost 900 wheel horsepower turbo party like comp car, and I just don't want to drive anything any slower.
Oh yes. Oh, by the way, guys, and I'm gonna call this in this video. He says he's gonna not comp this car, but here's what's gonna happen. The second this thing is running, it's gonna have AC, heat. So you said a sub, right? It's gonna have a sub in it and everything.
Oh yeah.
It's a street car, right?
With a fire suppression system.
With a fire suppression system, but it's got
Full
comp
cage.
car qualifications, like specifications on this thing. So me and Colin, we're like, what's gonna happen is he's gonna, you know, test this thing out. He's gonna love it, and he's like, oh wait, I could comp this thing. So he has another Mustang to make into a comp car.
I'm building a comp car separately other than this. That's why this is gonna be the street car for fun events and to get through the season and get used to the chassis.
If you guys don't know who Ross, and I'm so glad I'm actually documenting this on YouTube now, because on TikTok, you only see a portion of his personality. But if you want to know what Ross is, he says one thing and does the other, which is a good and bad thing. So what's going to happen is, that I guarantee you, future me is going to make a video of him comping this. And I'm going to be like, huh, I was right.
Only if I win.
With 800 horsepower with air conditioning, you're already winning.
Hey, if they let me through tech with AC and everything else.
Wait, you don't think this car can pass tech?
I don't know because of the Freon. Just like you have to have water instead of coolant, I don't think they'd let it pass
Really?
with Freon.
Really? That is so silly. Why? Can a driver
It's
not
not
cool
listed
down?
anywhere in the rule books, but I have a feeling that someone would fight and argue it.
From the rule book's perspective, this thing is good. It's clear.
As far as I know, yeah.
So let's show you guys a little bit. Actually, Ross, you do it. This is your car. I have no idea what I'm looking at.
So this is my terrible front bumper with a bunch of scratches because I was.
Yeah,
digging
we were
into
in
it.
live, and this dude started scratching his stuff.
Yeah.
Most easiest to replace, right? Ross, what are you doing?
What? I gotta replace the bumper anyways.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay.
Pro drivers, I swear to God, man. Just like he's like one follow, one scratch.
Yeah, we'll keep tally of how many.
Look at all that. It's all scratches. It's still there too.
Well, the previous owner thought it was a good idea to use wood screws to hold the front bumper on because they broke all the tabs.
I like that though.
It's terrible.
I like that.
It's absolutely garbage. I gotta buy a whole front bumper now. This thing's trash.
Are you actually gonna trash it?
Once I get the new one, yeah, I'm gonna throw it
Oh.
away. This
No,
just
no.
so it looks complete.
I want it. I want it.
Oh, do you?
I want this. I want this. I have no reason to use it, but I want it.
Yeah, it's trash.
And as you guys see the video, you guys already know how much you spent already on this, and we won't go over that again. The coolest thing about this is that I did not know he was into all this stuff. So it's actually cool because like Mustangs are coming, like they've been like up and coming into the drift like competitive scene. I mean, me and Dave, we literally both said like, and Dave is really like spot on that. Like it's like these are just ready out of the box drift cars, like out of the box.
Same thing with like a Z06, or a C6 Corvette.
Like I think he was like, I know RTR, they make like a drift package essentially.
yeah.
Right?
So basically, when you go and if you were to buy a brand new Ford Mustang through Ford, you could just go through RTR instead, and you could spec out the different levels that you want. Like
That's
the spec
crazy.
1,
That
2, whatever you want.
that is wild
And
though.
yeah, they do so much with these cars. You could buy an out-of-the-box drift car ready to go.
Even I mean I tell people if money's not the issue, just a 5.0 out of the box manual, you're good to go. I mean like you guys
Okay, Joe, we've had third-gen Coyotes, stock motor, stock pistons, nothing fancy, just full bolt-ons and a tune here, making over 500 to the wheel.
see that's more grassroots realistic. 800 horsepower is not grassroots.
Okay, what I see,
He's
grassroots,
secretly saying grassroots,
No,
so
grassroots
he throws
is
all
like
his competitors
300
off.
and down.
That's what he's playing the long game. He's playing the long game. So
true grassroots, Joe, is under 400 horsepower.
yes.
We've raised the bar to 500.
No.
you
It's
grassroots
gotta say
drivers
4.
have
It has
not
to stay 4.
raised
It
anything.
needs to
Nope.
say 4 or under. That's it.
That is a true grassroots car, under 400
That's
horsepower.
max.
Absolute max.
Like if you want to be like OG though, anything 300 and under is like technically true grassroots. Max is 4. Me and Colin, we
dual cam bullshit. No.
listen, RJ.
when I think grassroots, I think the dudes over in Japan with their bolt-on SRs,
Shoot, bro, dude.
making 300 horsepower.
They don't even have hydros, bro. They just run stock e-brakes. That's all they do. So if you guys look over here, so this is a Cage Kits setup, but he actually, what did you have to do? You had to modify something, right?
So I ordered the FD spec cage from Cage Kits, not expecting to get the
See the
second
comp
car
card.
that I got.
Look, the comp card. See,
I
the
wasn't expecting
the comp
to
mentality's
have
coming
two.
out now.
No, I wasn't expecting to have two S550s, so I had ordered.
See, this was originally gonna be a comp card then. Originally.
Yes, it originally was going to be a
it's
comp
coming.
car.
It's coming out, bro. The plans.
So
is
I
coming out.
ordered the comp cage, and then I came up on the other car that's already caged. So I figured, why gut these doors and not have windows and AC? Why would I have two comp cars?
I remember now.
When I don't need two comp cars.
The Cage Kits, I think he said the bar would hit, like pretty much like obstruct the door, the panel.
If I
right?
put the upper Cage Kits door bar on,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have windows, I wouldn't have door panels, I wouldn't have the door metal underneath. It would all be cut out, and it would just be the outer shell of the door.
If you guys look right here, did you have to cut those speakers out right there?
I had to cut the trim. The speaker still fits. The speaker's in there.
Yeah, you see,
I
guys
did
see it right there.
Still
in the
needs
bottom?
to be cleaned up a bit, but
Yeah.
rough draft.
Hey, but like this, if you guys look right here, this Cage Kits fits super well. Literally ultra tight fit, as they say.
Yeah, there's spots
shout
where
out.
you can't even fit a piece of paper between it.
No, shout out Rob. So as you can tell, it's painted, right? So I'm sitting here. How did you like spray paint this without the overspray? He's like, we painted with a paintbrush. I'm like, oh, I totally forgot you can still do that. Super smart, by the way. And yeah, they're painting it. I think they just got finished the other side, as you guys can see right there, right? And look, you can see like where the bottom of the bar sits, and then like you can tell like it's like angled a little bit towards in, which shouldn't affect your driver's seat, right?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
So basically, if you close the door and look at it, it is tucked almost underneath the door panel itself, as to where if the stock seat were to fit being that close, then the bucket seat should be perfectly fine clearing it.
Other than the cage, he's keeping everything else stock, like stock AC heat, like I said before. And then earlier, as you guys saw, he was messing with the dash and stuff. This just goes back to like, with me, obviously it doesn't help that me swapping into RBs to non-RB chassis, so I don't have the convenience of like keeping AC or heat in them and stuff like that. You know, and personally for me, I like a stripped out drift car, just simplicity. I can't do what him and Colin does, where they put all the effort of putting everything back, because it just seems so much work, dude. It's just so much work. If this was my car, I would literally just have like, I go to AutoZone, put gauges on, and call it a day.
So you're a comp car driver?
No.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not.
Because my comp car is not going to have a full dash in it. It's going to be a fiberglass dash with gauges.
But if I had
comp car driver.
Modern comp cars, they're
No,
like
this is
1,000
modern.
horsepower.
This is modern.
No, so you're telling me this is a comp car?
No.
You're saying this is a comp car?
This is the new generation of seat time cars that are going to have heat, AC, and a lot of power.
You don't need a lot of power part. The AC.
Oh, yes,
heat.
you
No,
do.
you don't. No, you don't.
This car weighs a lot, Joe. It needs the power to move it.
Okay. How much does this thing weigh?
I think stock, they weigh about 4,000 pounds.
Okay.
And we're adding a cage. We added a Whipple. We added an extra cooler.
All right. So lock in right now. The Charger stock, 4,300 pounds. The Mustang, 4,000. I mean, they're both like 40. They're off by 300 pounds stock to stock. I'm losing weight. He's adding more weight on.
You're gaining weight.
So all I'm saying is that it's not. I don't know why people still think the Charger is going to be a tough move around car. It's not. Like these Mustangs, like
They're not far off.
No, they're not far
We'll
off.
have to weigh this street car and your car when they're both done.
That'll be really. You're gonna make like 400 more horsepower than me.
I said weigh them.
Oh, weigh them. Oh, I think he's sorry.
No, we're gonna weigh both the cars and see how it is.
That would be actually really
If your
good.
car weighs more than mine, you have to make more power. It's the rule of thumb. You have to.
No, why? Why do I have to make more power? No, I don't.
Because it's heavier.
Huh? No, but like you. Okay, his style of driving is like, all smoke and high speed. For me, I just want to have enough power to move around, you know, and put like maximum 200 each seat in the rear. So that'd be 400 extra more, weight.
Yeah.
Full seated, like in the back, right? So. And we still haven't figured out exactly what horsepower range. I think me and my tuner, we're talking like between 500, 430, right? We're around there. That should be up.
Bump them numbers up.
Oh, listen, man. Well, we're gonna do that until that actually happens. But for now, so if you guys look back here, we briefly just kind of talked about all these parts right here, right? And it's the kind of stuff you think about when you're building a 800 horsepower car. You do like stuff like, drive shaft, solid bushings, axles. But these are cool because this is OEM plus.
Yes, this is factory replacement for a GT350. So in these GTs, the base model cars, everything besides a GT350, the axles, the driver's side has a step down in it, and it's supposed to break there on purpose. They made them that way. Yes.
Oh.
But on the GT350, they're solid all the way through. There's no step down. And with that being how it is, people have made 1,000 horsepower plus in drag cars, and they don't break them.
So wait, is it just the step down? That's it? That's the only difference between the axles?
That's literally the only difference.
Wow.
It's the same material, I'm pretty sure. It's the same everything
Interesting,
else.
Ford. Interesting.
They literally made a brake part of the car because it wheel hops. The cars stock make enough power to spin the tire, causing wheel hop, and it shears them away. Why break something else that's more important and more expensive than just an axle?
Well, the tires really should be the weakest point, really.
What, like brake traction?
Yeah, like you should be, the philosophy personally for me is that a drift car, the weakest point really should be the tires, Because like if you get too grip, you're like really gripped up.
Yeah.
Like that's what happened to Dave with the FRS back at OTL's party this last year. Because they put really grippy tires on it, and then it broke the input shaft on the trans. But like guys, if you guys come over here, this thing is a 265, and to me, I mean, okay, it makes sense on a Mustang.
These were just from the other car that weighed a lot less.
How much? Okay. Oh, so this is named for this car. My bad.
Yeah,
guys,
no, these wheels came off the pink car.
Oh yeah. Okay. Wait. What is it supposed to be running? What's actually
The other side.
Yeah. Hold on. This factory Mustang originally
Base model.
Base model.
What does it come with?
235s. Wow.
Really?
350Z tires. Yeah, it says here 235s. Look, 235s. Look, guys, look. That is really crazy. Yeah, 235s front and 235 rear. Wow.
That's terrible.
That is a. So you're gripped up now.
Now it makes sense on why everyone spins out and hits people. Damn Ford owners.
Thing is too is like a lot of people just don't understand like horsepower. Like the thing is too, I make fun of the whole 800 horsepower thing, but he's totally capable of driving an 800 horsepower drift car, right? But there's people out there build a car, right? But they haven't experienced horsepower, and horsepower is different depending on what motorsport you're doing. So like for you, what would you tell people if they're building like what you're building, like a high horsepower drift car, but they had no prior experience? What would your advice would be?
Don't grip the car up whatsoever.
Like, what do you mean? Like
Don't put a big tire on it. Don't put like low PSI in the rear tires. Do not grip it up a bunch. Because you can take a 200 horsepower car on a really small tire and air it up a bunch, and it can feel like my 800 horsepower car on a bigger tire. Because it just will blow the tire off. It'll be the same thing almost, just a little bit faster. So if you're going to build something at this level and you've never drove anything this fast before, just air it up a bunch. It'll spin a lot easier. You're not going to be fighting it. You're not going to be flying through the track. Just start at a high PSI and work your way down. Yes, it might not be the best for the tires, but it'll be best for you not totaling your own vehicle.
No, and that rule goes for all like drift cars, really. You know, that's like a golden rule for everyone. Like if you're like, you need to be like, if you're too gripped up, just air up. The one thing I am jealous about this build is because it came factory with this motor. You know, like I don't own anything that came in a factory RB, so you do have like the convenience of like having the AC and everything.
Also, I can go to the parts store and get whatever
Exactly,
I want.
Exactly. I mean, other than that, like you've done like you've done the basic maintenance on it.
Yeah,
right?
I did the timing chain, the oil pump gears, the billet crank sprocket, tensioners, guides, all that, because it's 100,000 miles on the motor. It needs it anyways. So it helps with the Whipple. You kind of have to do it because the second gens are notorious for cracking the crank sprocket.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's why you change it when you do a Whipple or any type of power adder.
Okay.
You do the oil pump gears and you do the crank sprocket.
What I am jealous too is like these Coyotes, and Dave, like, you know, if you were watching, he could totally testify that these Coyotes, like, they don't really much like add-ons to make a huge power. I think was it.
No, not at all. A second gen Coyote with bolt-ons makes just under 500. A third gen Coyote with only bolt-ons can make like 520 wheel. And they're the third gen Coyote with a power adder, we've made over 1,000 horsepower here for multiple seasons and no issues.
That's crazy too.
Yeah.
Dude.
Second gen Coyotes, we usually tap them out about 800, and then we don't really do a whole lot on first gen Coyotes because everyone just swaps them or builds them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so no one
Those
goes
ones
for first gens.
Yeah, the first gen Coyotes we would probably stop at like 700 just to be on the safer side.
700.
It's honestly not a lot of horsepower.
You didn't give away the color yet, right?
No, I haven't said what color the car is going to
So
be yet.
yeah, the one thing
I might be doing a different color between the Pro car and the street car though.
Oh, so you're gonna have like two different. You're not gonna have like two of the same color scheme.
No, I might not. I was thinking about it, but I kind of want to do a whole bunch of carbon fiber on the Pro car. And if I'm spending a bunch of carbon, like spending money on carbon, why paint over the carbon?
Carbon fiber, well, fancy. Fancy. That sounds expensive. Hey, when we do the how much is drift car for that one, that's gonna be. I think the Pro car, the pink Pro car, was 80,000.
Yeah.
Right? This is like, as right now, if you guys watch the video, for the TikTok video, this is like under 40?
Yeah, 39,000.
39? I think, what did you predict that this thing might cost at the end? Like,
40 to 45.
which is not bad. Actually, though, that's like
no,
practically
it's
a
not terrible.
brand new Mustang you could buy off the lot right now. Like a GT with like a decent package on it. That's actually a lot more conservative. And makes the same amount of power.
Makes
still
more
got
power.
Makes more power. You get, it's like you have a cage, music. I mean, like your Pro car really had nothing in it, right? It was just.
No, the Pro car was literally a fully stripped car with a cage, 2 seats, a fiberglass dash to mount everything, and that's it for the interior. There's no heat, no AC, nothing.
So let me ask you, as of right now, if you had the pink car still here and this Mustang,
That'd
right?
be great.
What would you?
That'd be great if I could have kept both of them.
I know.
Even the blue car. I want to make both of those cars again.
So you had a blue S13, and then he had a pink S14, and now he went to a Mustang. Actually, let's add the blue car too. Out of all three of them, because they all made high horsepower. They're all comp cars.
Kind of. The blue car only made like 600.
But you still comped it though.
Yeah, but there's a lot of issues with it. That's why I changed a lot of things over onto the pink car when I was building it. I'd say I'd take the blue car over the pink car if I could take the drivetrain out of the pink car for the blue car.
Okay. Okay.
I
But
love the way the blue car looked better than the pink car. But
really?
Yeah, but the pink car drove way better.
So, but what if you had the pink car and the Mustang? What would you pick if they're both like finished and done? What would you take at the end of the day?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I haven't drifted this or drove. I have not drifted a Mustang yet.
Oh, so
I
you're like
drove this once back to the shop from buying it, and that's it.
I heard like good reviews.
I've heard a lot of bad reviews.
Really?
Yeah. I've heard a lot of people
Do
complain
tell.
because they're
Do
electric power steering
tell.
rack.
Please tell. Please tell.
They're electric power steering rack, so people always complain about how
What?
the
This
steering
has got
feels.
electric power steering?
Yep.
Damn, bro. Ooh.
Yeah.
So you
There's-
can't. So there's no.
A lot of people say that it feels like a fake sim almost.
Didn't
Like,
James Dean convert back to a hydraulic on his Mustang?
yes, all the RTR cars are now hydraulic, but they're electric pump.
Oh yeah. It's like
Yeah.
when people do like the Volvo MR2 mod,
Exactly.
but still hydraulic though. So
Yeah.
you have no counter steer feel.
Yeah, people make conversion kits, so you
Are
can
you gonna
go
do it?
back. No, I'm gonna leave this one exactly how it is. But
You think you're gonna like it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, another thing for getting a Mustang and not going with the S chassis again is being front rack. So the Mustangs are front rack, as where the S chassis is rear rack. Rear rack causes a lot of binding when you're at big angle on the handbrake slowing down.
Guys, there's like no room.
No,
Like-
Coyotes are really wide motors.
So going back to Dave again, he put this without the Whipple onto a 240, and this already looks tight.
This looks small in here compared to in a 240. In Dave's car, it looks ginormous.
Dude, it's so fat in there.
Yeah.
So earlier, I didn't record this. Him and Johnny were making this funny argument. He's like, why? He's like, why do you care if you could take the dash out or not? But he wants to do it just in case he wants to service it, which I understand because it's like
Everything is about serviceability when I put a car together, whether it's a street car or a full-blown race car. I want to be able to service it. It might not look as nice depending on what we're talking about, but it allows me to be able to get to other things faster and easier because if I'm already in there doing it, why not make it easier for the next time? No, that doesn't mean
Exactly.
take out 7 bolts and only put 3 back in. It's make it fit to where you can easily remove it. The way he wanted to do it, it would have taken a lot longer fighting with the windshield back in the car because it'd be easy to do it now.
But you have no windshield.
Yeah, there's no windshield in the car right now. If there was a windshield in the car and I was trying to take it out,
You can't.
it'd be
You
such
can't.
a pain. Because when we pulled the dash originally, we were trying to get that same piece off for like 45 minutes, couldn't get it off.
because now like you don't have like the convenience of a pro car anymore,
Yeah.
where it's like stripped out. Now you still have to operate like an OEM vehicle.
Yeah, this has the stock body harness, stock engine harness, stock computer. Everything factory is still in the car. So diagnosing it is going to be a little bit harder in some aspects, but also it could be easier because it's OBD2. So I
Well,
can
it's
just
also
scan
like
it.
newish, so it's like you really shouldn't be having any problems right now at the moment.
Oh,
you
no,
know?
we usually never really have any big issues with these
No.
cars unless they've, like we get customers that come in with like a car that's been crashed and then fixed before.
Yeah.
There's a lot of issues with those because people never fix things right fully.
No,
Like you'll bring it
no,
to the
no.
body shop and expect them to take care of all the wiring too while they're in there. It doesn't work that way.
No, and another thing too, I just realized. So he's always had turbo cars as a comp drift cars.
Yeah,
right?
I have always either twin turbo,
know,
single
you-
turbo. Like I've never had a
He's going
supercharged
now.
car before.
If you guys, he's going to a straight supercharger setup. So like,
A root style supercharger.
so what are you like excited? Like
Oh, yeah.
anticipation.
I'm
like,
not gonna have to.
Boom!
Yeah, I'm not gonna have to clutch kick all the time or like abuse the car trying to drive it. I can just throttle in whenever I need the power because with a roots blower, it's instant. So basically, imagine your dyno graph. It would be straight up and across the whole time. As for a turbo car, there's the lag and then it'll skyrocket. Or like a centrifugal supercharger, it's really linear. So basically, it'll be like corner to corner on the graph. This will make it just instant power, all power
And that's
whenever you need
convenient.
it.
That's convenient because it's like
It is.
It's like when you're, especially when you're tight on like chasing, right? You have that.
Yeah, I could always be up a gear compared to if I was in a turbo car or like a centrifugal car. I would have to clutch kick a whole bunch if the wheel speed and the real speed were way too
Oh,
off.
you're gonna like this. You're
Yeah,
gonna like
so
it.
this should make driving this car a lot easier, which will be good because it's a street car, so it doesn't really
Street
need to be
car.
difficult.
Street car.
Hey, heat and AC makes it a street car.
Street car. So to kind of end off, guys,
Love Seminole.
I will be. So I will be kind of documenting this car too over time because he's, Ross and I, we're gonna see each other a lot this coming season.
I hope so.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'd like to do a bunch of events together.
You definitely-
We never have. We've never really been able to do a bunch of events together.
I think
it's always
Rockford,
like
right?
one or two
Rockford-
events.
Yeah,
That's it.
Rockford was the one I remember. we were in together.
Yeah, it's usually only the one Rockford event, and then maybe we'll be at GLD one time together.
Yeah.
But now that I'm not doing comp driving, I'm not focused on traveling the world as much. We're just gonna try and do a whole bunch of fun events together.
I
big
can't
spectators.
wait. I can't wait for him to drive the pink car, right? From 800 to like more like a 300 horsepower setup.
I'm
right?
gonna get in it and be like, oh, I know this car, and then I'm gonna drive and be like, no, I don't.
No, I do not know this car. No, but honestly, I'm like really excited because it's like, you know, it'd be kind of cool to kind of get like his feedback on it. Cause be like, how does it feel to go from like a high horsepower car going back to like a, you know, lower like horsepower car.
Also, an FDF card back to like a Villains angle kit,
Yeah,
just the modded
yeah,
knuckles and
yeah,
control
yeah,
arms.
dude, I'm so peaked. But all right, so, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much like, you know, like my first like update on, you know, my friends' cars and stuff like that. So I'm actually really excited. Plus, just like I said, it's just to show you guys what's been going on in the background.
Also, ignore the ugly fitment in the back. The car came with wheel spacers.
I like
was just
it.
too lazy to take
I-
it off.
I like
that
it.
That pokes way too much.
I like it though.
Front fitment, not
It
bad.
looks like a Hot Wheel.
Rear fitment, absolutely terrible. No bueno.
So the next time you guys will see this car, hopefully it's all put together, right? Maybe painted or not, but for sure it'll
Probably
be
not painted. That's
probably
gonna be
not
a little
painted,
bit.
but it'll be running and driving, right? The next time you'll see this.
Next time you see it, we should be on the dyno making some steam.
Oh, that'll be a good video. Until then, guys, I'll see you on the next video.